Perfect Balance Healthcare presents Lick, Stick, and More with your host, Dr. Nandita Koodie. Join me to explore the minds of thought leaders as they share golden nuggets on the impact of faith integration in practice, professional development tips, and innovative solutions to bring you beyond ordinary healthcare. Hey guys, so for this episode, I just wanted to share with you unforgettable experience at the top of my bucket list for quite some time since Free Willy came out, really long time ago. I've been fascinated by orcas and I've always wanted to see them in the wild, and I want to encourage you guys to never buy a ticket. There are over 59 known orcas in captivity worldwide, 20 of which SeaWorld holds, and there are 3 parks across the US. Over 150 have died in captivity, 30 of which were stillborn. And there's already a high enough mortality rate in the wild. They really don't belong in captivity. They're going crazy in their small tanks, and they're being mixed with families that they don't belong to, that they cannot speak to, and that they don't get along with and they can't get away from. And so, again, don't buy a ticket. So I'm going to share with you an adventure and encourage you guys to take your coworkers places outside of work and enjoy life. Just a simple invitation. Doesn't have to, be a huge company expense or anything. I know I miss the days of like potlucks and multicultural events and, Thanksgiving dinners and stuff. It doesn't have to be anything, crazy plan. But if you are going on an adventure and you're crossing something off your bucket list, why not reach out to your staff and invite them and share some time away from the stresses of the day-to-day work action of serving others. So I hope you all enjoy some of this footage of me crossing off experiencing orcas in the wild. There were 3 families. We were very fortunate to see 3 different families of orcas out there getting out on the water. It was glass smooth, really nice for photography, really great conditions, not a cloud in the sky, and we were just blessed with God's grace of just seeing his work. And for me, that's where I find the most peace and relaxation, is meeting God where his work, his handiwork exists. I enjoy capturing that. Wellness photography is a thing I do, a thing that I promote, and yeah, you guys enjoy.
Oh my God, wow, this is so amazing. I'm not in your way, am I? No, you're fine.
So initially, as we were driving out, I was like, man, I'm probably gonna see one orca super far away once every hour, and I'd be happy with that. And I was shocked to find 3 families of orcas feeding on this gray whale calf. It was a phenomenal experience. It was mind-blowing to see that many orcas in a small area all at once. Totally worth it. We were also blessed with flawless weather. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was a little warm, but not overwhelmingly hot. And the water was pretty much glass flat going out. It was amazing to physically see their exhalations as they release the air, coming up for air. So really cool experience being able to see all that. So orcas are actually not truly whales. They are the largest of the porpoise family. So they're closer related to dolphins than they are related to whales. So feeding on a gray whale calf is not considered cannibalism. They are cousins. Another fun fact is that their brains are way more developed than ours. They actually have 8 sections to their brains that we don't, that are much more dense in matter than ours. They have the ability to use echolocation and other sorts of techniques to sense the environment around them and to navigate even around our boat very easily without bumping into it. Even the baby, as clumsy as they can be at first, was really swift and able to really glide through the water easily and navigate his way around and her way around. And the babies are orange. It's actually some biologists believe it's because of their capillaries being really close to the surface of their skin. When they're little, their skin is a little thinner and it's more apparent that they have a little bit of an orange color to them.
Did you know that orcas can live as long as humans do in the wild, but only about 20 to 30 years in captivity?
So you'll see a seagull in one of the photos that is actually feeding on blubber off the carcass of the gray whale. And when the orca comes up like that, it's popping up and saying hello. It's kind of seeing what's going on around its environment. It's called spy hopping. They do log, which is just kind of like float in the water a bit in the wild, but they do it for hours in captivity when they're depressed and they can't go anywhere. They can't do more than 3 tail strokes without having to turn around and go the other way. They can't really completely, you know, breach and do some of that. Now, the orcas aren't just out there doing flips and tricks all day, you know, in the wild. So don't be disappointed if you don't see any of that in the video, but you will see some tail smacking on the water, which is kind of cool. The males have curled tail flukes and they use that to slap the water, which is kind of cool.
So as you can see, all of the orca's dorsal fins in this video are standing upright. You'll see that in Free Willy, he has a collapsed dorsal fin. That is actually from being in captivity. It's not something that develops naturally in the wild. These orcas, believe it or not, are having a hard time finding food. They're not as healthy as they can be, and it is a complete result of lack of environmental protection and overfishing.
So you'll see a crazy dude completely all over the orcas when they're trying to come up for air. Don't recommend it. There is no documented attack on human in history of orcas, but that doesn't mean that it's okay to just kayak all over them. Give them space, respect them, observe them at a good distance. And I recommend MontereyBayWhaleWatch.com if you want to see the whales with Nancy Black. That's what I did. That's where I took my tags, and it was amazing.
So if you go on to MontereyBayWhaleWatch.com, you can find Nancy Black. She is Dr. Nancy Black. She's a marine biologist, and she's been studying the orcas as they come into Monterey Bay annually. They come a small window of time at the end of April to the beginning of May, following the gray whales. They actually separate the baby from the mother. It's kind of tragic to watch, a little gory, but they will take down a gray whale calf as food. Unfortunately, all of the spawning grounds have been dammed up on the west coast, and they're not getting the salmon that they usually feed on, and so now they're turning to their mammal cousins as a source of sustainable food. So they will then migrate north thereafter, and it's hard to find them after that. So yep, small window of time if you're interested in catching them. That's how I did it. I kind of did my research to see when it was likely for me to find them, how, where, who I wanted to support. And they have a whale project that they are doing as well, where they collect donations to support the research and protection of those animals. So that is where I chose to support. There are many different groups that go out there to admire them, and Nancy's company was the one that I chose at MontereyBayWhaleWatch.com. So you can actually see Nancy Black on a boat with Netflix out there filming these orcas that she's been studying for over 10 years. I hope you all have enjoyed this video and are inspired to do something outside of the holidays. It's just because I wanted to end with saying that I work for an amazing company, for a group of people who really truly appreciate each other. They express it daily. I've never been this well respected before in a workplace, and I have a lot of freedom and flexibility that allows me to find happiness in and outside of work. But really just wanted to encourage you all to explore, camaraderie and really getting together with your fellow employees, your work family, and truly just enjoying all that life has to offer, and opening your time away from work to getting to know each other and to express appreciation and to just relieve all of that stress that might come along with serving others. So until next time, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your week, and take care, stay blessed, and stay safe.
Hold me like the river Jordan, and I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Oh, hey guys. Thanks for tuning in for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you subscribe. Perfect Balance Healthcare for more. If you enjoyed this, go out, tell your peeps, share it out, and I'll see you around next time.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Lipstick and More. Subscribe and follow us on YouTube and all the social media sites at Perfect Balance Healthcare, or visit us anytime at pbh.life.